Is there an ideal time to take supplements? This was a question that came in from Dennis, and there's a lot of elements associated with this question. First and foremost, if you've watched any of my other videos, I own a supplement company, but I want you to always make sure that supplementation is necessary before you start taking supplements. If you look at the definition, supplements are designed to complement real food. If you get your blood work done, we have a company known as pre-ped Solutions. You can look that up at completemedsolutions.com. And what that service is designed to do is to help look at your blood work, not based on somebody who's relatively sedentary, but rather somebody who's active like you are. So when we get your blood work and it comes back and we see that you're out of range, the very first thing we want to do is adjust the real food that you eat to see if we can get you into those proper ranges. We run another round of blood work, say 12 to 16 weeks later. If the range is not where it needs to be, we have to possibly look at supplementation at that point. The other side of the equation is we could back off on training volume and intensity and frequency, but most people are not very excited about that because they're trying to get to some level of achievement. So stop and think about that. Why would your blood be out of range? Because you're either not eating enough or you're burning it up faster than you can get it in. A third variable would be possibly that you're not absorbing, maybe you've got some gut issues. So when we come back to the question, is there an ideal time to take supplementation? Let's first validate that supplementation is necessary. And if you do find that it's necessary, there's two things I always want you to keep in mind. Supplements work best when they're mixed with food, give or take. There's a few items that you'd want to take on an empty stomach, but generally speaking, always take them with food. It's going to be less harsh on your body, so that way it doesn't just flush straight through your system. The other thing to keep in mind is make sure that you take supplements at night. And here's the reason why. When you go to bed at night, factoring all variables in, it's the least stressful time of the day for you. Your body is not trying to make an executive decision to work out or deal with family or go to work or balance your checkbook. So the overall stress on the body is going to be at the lowest. So now when you have a pre-bed snack high in protein and fat that satisfies appetite, then when you take a vitamin such as fish oil, that's high in MCT omega-3s, okay? Those fish oils, those MCT oils, they have an anti-inflammatory characteristic. So here you are, you worked out, you've dealt with stress all day long. When you put those omega-3s in, it could be krill or omega-3s, what you're looking for is something that has an anti-inflammatory response characteristic and provide it to the body when the body's under the least amount of stress. That's why I always advocate have a couple eggs and an avocado before you go to bed. High protein, high fat. The protein, specifically the amino acids, they're going to rebuild the muscle tissue that you've torn down during the day. Pardon me, the avocado is high in MCT oils. The question from Dennis, though, came in on supplementation. If you're finding that you need more MCT oil and you're taking a fish oil, take it at night. The less stress that the body is under, the more you're going to absorb. The three things that I always like to start with when it comes to supplementation would be looking at MCT oil, would be looking at a multivitamin, and then be looking at a vitamin D. With pre-ped Solutions, we've noticed that there are probably 9.5 out of 10 people tend to be deficient on vitamin D, not getting access to enough sunlight, not getting enough in their diet. High levels of output deplete vitamin D. But remember, I'm only going off of what we've extrapolated from the research from pre-ped Solutions on what we see people are missing. Not enough high quality fats. I look at vitamin D because of the energy side, and I look at the multivitamin as kind of an insurance plan. If you and I have a trowel and we're trying to get concrete into the ground, what does a trowel do? A trowel finds any void in that flat surface, and that's the way I look at a multivitamin. Maybe today you just didn't eat enough vitamin B6. You didn't get enough vitamin B12. Maybe you didn't get enough vitamin C, whatever it is. With a multivitamin, it's just an insurance plan that based on how your food is fluctuated throughout the day, what that allows you to do is just kind of bridge that gap. Remember, when you get your blood work drawn, it's giving you a snapshot of the health of your blood, which is a byproduct of the food that you've eaten, your exercise and your ability to sleep. That's how we literally determine the health of an individual. So when we're looking at this question from Dennis, when should I supplement? Well, I think you need, depending on what you're taking and for what reasons, start with food and then definitely put some in your system before you go to bed. Like I said, the three that I tend to lean on is going to be vitamin D, it's going to be the multivitamin, and it's going to be a high quality MCT. We find that the body absorbs it much easier and quicker, and we do find a more positive effect. Now, every single person's unique, so it's only going to be through you giving it a trial to make sure it works for you. Great question, Dennis. If you happen to have a question, please feel free to reach out to me and my team. That would be at contact@coachrobb.com. I want to thank all of you. The number of questions that are coming in continue to escalate every day, and thank you for that. We want to answer a question a day until all questions are answered, however long that takes. So on behalf of myself and everybody here at coachrobb.com, thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you again soon.